I'm Marilyn San Clemente of Stamp with Marilyn, and welcome to my Creative Playground. Tonight I'm going to show you some ideas with the Gnome set. I've had a couple of questions from different people about this one technique that I used. I just made this really pretty card with the spring paper, and this is the Hostess set of paper that is in the new catalog coming up. I'm also going to show you how to do these cute little gnomes and how to make the feet wiggle. And I actually got that idea from Susan Campfield. So let me show you this cute little guy and how we make this wiggle. I love the little gnome. I'm so glad that they brought out a spring gnome set because I like fun characters. So my plan for this was to show you I made this tag, and oops, this one's a little bit wider. I made this one narrower. So this is a 2-inch tag, and it fits into one of the tag punches that automatically cuts the top and cuts the hole. And I have some of the Country Floral Designer paper, which has these pretty heart designs on it. It also has some other pretty floral designs on it. And I love these bicycles. So, okay, so it looks like I need to trim a little bit off of this. Just a little bit too long. And so let's put our piece together. Okay, so I'm just using some seal adhesive. My usual suspects aren't here. Okay, so we'll put that on there like that. And to make our little gnome, so the gnome, this is the new spring stamp set. It's called Friendly Gnomes. And this is the dies. And you can make the gnome 2 different ways. You can stamp the gnome and color him, which is what this one is, or her. And there's 3 different gnomes in the new spring set. And then there's also the pieces so that you can create a gnome. And what's really cool is that, I don't know if you can see the detail of the beard and all of that, but it's really cool because it shows it adds scoring to the beard, so it makes the beard 3D. So, okay, so what we're going to do is I have the hat, I have a pair of pants, and I have the beard for the gnome, and then I have a nose as well. Oops. There we go. So all the pieces that we need. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a little scrap of cardstock, and I'm just going to freehand cut this. And I've actually made it much longer than it needs to be. But we're then going to punch a hole in that cardstock. And this is a 1/4-inch hole punch. Oops. Let me center that a little bit more. Okay, there we go. So that's a 1/4-inch hole punch. And what we're going to do is we're going to attach this to the legs, but we're only going to attach it to the top of the legs. So I'm going to trim this down a little bit. So you really just need a tiny little scrap of paper. And we're going to attach that to the legs. Here's my seal. And that is going to go on here, like that. And then we're going to take one of the mini dimensionals. We're going to put that on the back of the beard. And then we're going to feed this through like this. And we want to make sure that the white doesn't show through. Oops, it does show through a little bit. So Let's take this off for a second and let's trim this down just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now, once again, we're going to put this through like this, and we're just going to peel the backing off of the dimensional. And then, oops, we'll attach him to the card like that. And then I'm going to use the dimensional and I'm going to attach his hat. And there's kind of an outline on the beard so you can see how the hat fits on top. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue or a little bit of the seal adhesive on the corner of the hat, and then I'm going to use dimensionals to pop the hat up. Okay, and so that fits over like that. And then we're just going to put his nose on. And you can cut the nose out of scraps of either Blushing Bride or Petal Pink. I think I used Petal Pink on that one. And there is our gnome, and his legs should wiggle. And because this is baker's twine and it's thin, I'm cutting a big piece of it, and I'll show you why. I'm just going to kind of feed it all through. Okay, see if I can get this through the hole. There we go. Okay, and there we go. Cute little bookmark. You can put a note on it, and that is how I made the feet wiggle on the cute gnome. There we go. Our cute little wiggly gnome. So, this gnome I made using that new designer paper that's coming out on Thursday, and this is in the back of the spring catalog, and it's all florals, different kinds of florals, and it uses a lot of the in colors, but it's really beautiful paper. And so I colored the gnome. This is the new spring gnome, and I need to quit calling it that. I need to say Friendly Gnomes. It's the spring collection, but as you can tell, it's got flowers, it has a balloon, a cute little squirrel, a bird, and some springy type messages. Spring is everywhere. Wishing you the most magical of birthdays. Gnome, sweet gnome, love you. There's no one better than you. And then it has a smaller version of their house, and then also some flowers and some greens with it. So I just showed you how to put the gnome together using just the pieces for the gnome. With no stamping, and you can use different designer papers for, for the pants and for the hat. Okay, so what I want to show you now is I was going to make the same card, but we're going to make it using the new Country Floral Suite, which, let me grab that. Oops, uh-oh. So we're going to start with a card base that is 8.5 by 5.5. I have scored it at 4 1/4, and we're going to trim off 1 inch off of that. That was funny. Okay, and I'm going to fold that over. And we have our front. So now we have this 1 inch piece. So this is, the card is 4 1/4 wide, so this is 3 1/4 here. So I have cut a piece of sweet sorbet that is 3 1/8 by 5 3/8 that will go on the front. I'm just going to layer that here. And this is that paper with the pretty bicycles on it. And so this is 3 inches by 5 1/4. And that's going to be our front layer of this card. And then this layer is 2 1/2 by 3 1/2, and then the mat for it is 2 5/8 by 3 5/8. And I've got the petal pink side, and I thought that would be pretty. That'll bring out the, oops, it covers up the petal pink bicycles. Oh well. Okay. And this is actually one of my favorite layouts. You have to be careful with this that you don't put your glue too far over, because you don't want the glue on the end to stick to this. So, okay, and then what I do is I have a circle that I've cut out, and I've got the little mushroom house, which I've colored. I've used Smoky Slate and Daffodil Delight, and then green. Which green did I use? Old Olive. And then I used Crumb Cake to do the doors. And then I have this cute little guy that's holding a heart. So let's color our gnome. Okay, for his skin, I'm going to use the light pale papaya. So let me do that first. So I'm going to do the hands. And you probably can't see, but he's holding a heart. So I thought that would be cute with this paper. Also, oh, I'm going to use this circle. We're going to put the cute little house in the background. Straighten the house up a little bit there. Okay, and then he's going to go in the foreground, and I'm going to pop him up with dimensionals. Thank you, Pam. Okay. And let's put him, oops. He's not quite straight. I made him a little bit crooked. There we go. Now I got him. Okay. Oh my gosh. Ah. My adhesive is being tricky tonight. Okay, now we need something over here. And what I wanted to do for the inside, since this is going to be a Valentine's piece, I wanted to use these hearts. So I'm going to punch out. This is the punch, and it actually punches out this paper. So what I'm going to do, oops, is cut around one side here. Okay. And then I want a 1-inch piece. I actually may have trimmed it too much. So what I like about this card is it lets you pull together a couple of different pieces of designer paper and, you know, blend the pieces together. And one of the things that I really like about Stampin' Up! Is that everything coordinates. Okay, so our card is 5.5 inches tall. So I cut a 1-inch strip, and I'm going to cut this to 5.5 inches. And that is going to go down this side. Sorry, I just realized I'm working off screen there. Okay, line that up. There we go. Trim this down so it matches the card length. Okay, and then let's pick a message. So this is the Valentine's set, the Country Bouquet, and as you can tell, you can either stamp this image or you can punch it out of the paper. So I'm going to choose to punch this out of the paper. So it punches out the larger heart, the smaller heart that's below, but obviously I'm not going to use the smaller heart in this one because I've cut it off. So what I really wanted was just the leaves and the larger heart. And it also has this really cool heart that you can use. This is a 2-step heart, so you can make the flowers one color, and then you can match it up with the leaves for a second color. And I actually have another card that I've made that I will show you in a few minutes with that piece that I really like. Okay, and oh, what I didn't do was grab a saying for this. So let's do this. I love that we are friends. I think that's really cute. And I just need to put it on a block. I cut out a whole bunch of these labels. This is the Stylish Shape set, which is great if you're getting started and you need just some circles, some squares, and then some labels. This is a great set, great starter set to get and to keep in your supplies. Keep with your supplies. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to use red ink and try and line that up. There we go. Excellent. Okay, so let's put this on the front. I love that we are friends. Use a couple of dimensionals for that. And then on the inside, I'm going to put Happy Valentine's Day. And let's put the heart. And I don't know that, do we need the leaves with the heart? Actually, they look like wings. We'll just put the heart on at this point. And there we go. There's our Valentine's Day card. But actually, I also want to add, these are the new sequins that go with the country floral design. So there's gold, there's the petal pink, and there's the Tahitian tide. So very pretty sequins that go with the colors in this. And let me grab, let's use the gold. And the package has 2 sheets of the sequins. These are the smaller ones, and then there's also a larger set of sequins as well. So I'm just going to put a couple more on. Oops. They're flying away on me. There we go. All right. So there is our card. And here's the first card that we did. So same layout, just done 2 different ways. And then here's our little bookmark with the feet, with the wiggly feet. Julie did the layout for this, and then I put the belly band on it. So I used the hearts, and I kind of made a bouquet of the hearts and did a little belly band. And this stamp set has the combination of this crumb cake and the real red ribbon that goes with it. And then this is a gatefold, and then it pops out. And what I love about this is it's Happy Valentine's Day, and again that message, I love that we are friends. And what a cute, cute card. Whoops. That is. So those are some of my ideas that I have for Valentine's Day, which is our next piece, or our next holiday that's coming up. Isn't it? How can yesterday be New Year's? But anyway, Happy New Year's, everyone. Thanks for stopping by tonight. Stopping by, go out to stampwithmarilyn.com and check everything out. And I will talk to you all soon. Take care.